What is up, Wikimaniacs? Happy 2024. On today's episode, we have a wife who says, "I told you so," a boyfriend who is forced to shave his butt, a father who expects his daughter to pay him back, an OP who is not interested in being a father figure to his friend's son, and a husband makes a joke. For the Patreon exclusive stories, we have a daughter who is kicked out for being pregnant, and we have a stepdaughter who criticizes food at a party. If those sound interesting to you and you want day early and ad-free episodes, head on over to patreon.com/cultivate podcast network. Reddit on Wiki starts now.
Get therapy.
I'm not ready.
Get therapy.
What is up, Wikimaniacs? It's your boy Josh here, back for the first Am I the Asshole episode of 2024. I hope you enjoyed the best of episodes. Thank you again to Midscore for putting those together. But without further ado, I've got to introduce my co-hosts who are sticking around for another year. Sean and John, what is up, boys?
Hello.
Welcome back, Wikimaniacs. It's been a while.
Happy to be back.
It has been. It's been a while for us. It's been a while since we recorded together.
Yeah.
When was the last? You got to say what? Mid-December was the last time we recorded together, or early December?
That might have been just you and me, John, or me and Sean. I forget who it was. But
We did one with just me and John, and then one with John and Josh.
Yeah, and
there
then
you
we
go.
Pre-recorded a bunch in early December, so it's been like closing in on
A
month
while.
since we've all
Holy
been
shit.
together. I mean, we talk every day, so it's not like
True.
I've been missing you guys that much, but it's nice to see your beautiful faces. How
You
was
could have
your?
just said you missed us, bro. What the fuck?
I just said it's nice to see your beautiful faces.
Not good enough.
But how was your holidays, boys?
Sick.
Like sick as in cool, or sick as in you were
Like
sick?
sick as in I'm sick. I'm coughing so much.
Oh no.
I got sick earlier, like the Thursday before the Christmas weekend. I'm feeling good now, though. So that's
Nice.
But my voice is still,
Sexy.
recovering. Oh, thank you.
Sexy is what I would put it to.
Thank
I'm
you,
all
brother.
traveled out, man. I'm fucking tired.
Yeah, John, were you in Texas in December? That's the real question.
Not until now.
I was for like a week and a half.
Yeah,
Until now, yeah.
Half of December you were away.
I was gone.
And your Instagram was crazy. Follow John on
Yes.
Instagram. It's a good follow. He posts good memes and good food by the looks of it.
True that.
All right, boys. Well, new year, new month, clean slate. We're all even for the Am I the Asshole competition. Are you boys ready to hop into our first story of 2024?
Oh, yeah.
Ready.
Let's do it.
All right. So this one cross-posted by, of course, Phoebe the fan.
Ooh, what a start.
What a start. And the title is, "Am I the Asshole for Telling My Husband I Told You So and Laughing at Him When We Got the Paternity Test Results?" And John, you can go first since you killed it in 2023, and I think it's only fair.
Damn, paternity test, but laughing at the husband? I'm going to go with no. I'm thinking that the husband probably be like, hey, I want you to keep getting a paternity test to prove that this kid is mine. And the wife is reassuring the husband like, hey, yeah, this kid's yours. And when they got the result, the wife probably was like, hey, I fucking told you so, that's your kid. So I'm going to go not the asshole.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. I was thinking this guy was, the Maury test. You know what I'm saying?
Just dancing.
Yeah.
Or
You
not
are
dancing.
not the father. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. All right. United on the first story. Let's hop into it. I, 27 female, have been married to my husband, 28 male, for 2 years and gave birth to our daughter 5 weeks ago. The main issue is that our daughter came out with blonde hair and pale blue eyes, while my husband and I have brown hair and brown eyes. My husband freaked out at this and refused to listen to my explanation that sometimes babies are born with lighter hair and eyes that get darker over time. He demanded a paternity test and threatened to divorce me if I didn't comply, so I did. Also, yeah, I had blonde hair when I was a baby, so it does definitely happen.
I was gonna say white people. When are you gonna learn this is unless it's like an Asian or a different colored baby, then it's probably your baby. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it could be another white guy's baby. You never know.
Yeah, but
First white joke of the year.
but it's crazy to as soon as your blonde baby comes out to be like, that's gotta be someone else's.
That can't be mine.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Unless your baby came out looking brown as hell like us.
Yeah, then
can
you
start
gotta be like,
questioning
well, I mean, maybe you should just
Wait a minute.
Maybe we could get a paternity test, Yeah, exactly right. So after my daughter and I got home from the hospital, my husband went to stay at his parents' house for the first 3 weeks to get some space from me while I recovered, and he told them what was happening. My mother-in-law called me and informed me that if a paternity test revealed that the child wasn't his, she would do anything within her power to make sure that I was taken to the cleaners during the divorce.
This is crazy. Not
It is. Leaving her for 3 weeks when she just gave birth?
Yeah.
I mean, not even that,
Bro.
to just jump to like such drastic conclusions over a blonde baby, brother. You're white. It happens. I don't know what to tell you, man. Why are you freaking
We are
out?
famously blonde in a lot of places.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then for the mother-in-law to just jump to the hey, I'm taking you to the clean, like threatening without even knowing the results is insane.
Yes.
Because this is
crazy.
divorce regardless now
Yeah.
for me.
Oh, run.
And then take him to the cleaners.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Take him to the cleaners and get all the fucking child support you can get from that motherfucker.
Hell
False
yes.
accusations. What is it?
Facts.
Defamation.
Defamatory.
Defamation.
Yeah, we know legal words.
Yeah. Rebecca, who?
Check us, Rebecca. Let us know.
So I had my sister to lean on and help me take care of the baby during this. We got the results back yesterday, and my husband came home to view them with me. I was on the couch in the living room, so he sat next to me, and we started to read the results. They showed that he was the father, and my husband had this shocked, kind of mortified look on his face, with his eyes wide as he stared at it.
Why was he shocked?
Because blonde can't be his, John.
What the fuck?
This guy's a fucking idiot.
I couldn't help but say, I told you so, and started laughing at the way he looked. My husband snapped out of his shock and got mad at me for laughing at him, and we argued for a bit, which was mainly him yelling at me before my sister came down and my husband shut up. After that, my husband went back to his parents' house to clear his head, and after about 2 to 3 hours later, my mother-in-law called me to scold me for laughing in my husband's face because apparently it was kicking him while he was down.
Why is this information making him down? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Should this not be the life-affirming revelation that he's been waiting for the past 3 weeks?
Yeah, why is this a down moment for it? I mean,
Yeah.
he should be embarrassed,
Is this
obviously,
not a
for the way
huge
he
win?
reacted.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
This is your kid. Your wife didn't cheat on you like you crazily thought. Why is this kicking you while you're quote unquote down? That's crazy.
It sounds like he absolutely hates her, and the mother-in-law also doesn't like this, in-law.
Yeah, the
pretty
mother-in-law.
much. It's just
Sucks.
planting a seed to the husband. I mean, the husband's a terrible person to begin with. And
Yeah.
just like, hey, you should leave this person, and it's giving me the ick. I hate these two people.
So she also left a couple nasty texts essentially saying the same thing this morning. I don't think I'm an asshole, but I'd like an outsider's perspective on this. So am I the asshole?
No,
Yeah.
absolutely not. Usually,
Easy no.
I'm very against the whole "I told you so" type of shit because I don't know. It is a lot of times it is kicking you when you're down in certain situations, but this is very much deserved. That guy is an idiot. The mother-in-law is an absolute monster. I hate to use divorce as the first advice to give this
Of
person, but
2024.
absolutely divorce this guy and his mom because they are not good for you and they are not going to be good for your kid growing up.
100%. What are you saying, Sean? I mean, you said a lot, Sean, but go off if you got some more stuff.
No, I mean, we mostly got off what we needed to say. Like, insane to one, like take the kid out of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
After, birth, regardless of if you're the dad or not, that's still your wife, right? You know what I mean? Like, you should still be helping her and being like, all right, well, I think we should get a paternity test just because, it is blonde, even though you're white. Come on, man. But like, okay, you could ask for that or whatever, but like, you still got to be there for your wife. You still got to take care of your wife. So one, crazy, you just left. And the accusations, again, are crazy because you're white. And then, like, two, to sick your mom on her and, like, have her go off and, I'll take you to the cleaners, threaten financially, and then, again, defend you whenever you are down and crying about, learning that you are indeed the father. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, this whole family sucks. I agree with John.
I think I agree with everything you guys said. He's the number one asshole, obviously, for leaving you, accusing you of cheating on such little basis.
There's zero evidence.
Yeah. I mean, if you want a paternity test, that's one thing. But you still stick around and like,
Yes.
I mean, that's probably your kid and your wife probably did not cheat on you. So you should stick around at least until you have concrete evidence that that's not the case. And then the mother-in-law obviously sucks for all the reasons you guys said, butting in where it's obviously not her place, and then going over the line to threaten you with, again, no evidence, little evidence, whatever you want to call it, is insane.
To do that mental and emotional gymnastics 5 weeks into postpartum is evil behavior.
Yeah,
man.
to put on top of that, she just had a baby and
She just gave birth.
5 weeks taking care of a baby. I mean, she had her sister with her, but essentially by herself as a parent. You know what I mean? Insane. Reddit deemed not the asshole.
Of course, yeah.
Obviously.
Good. Thank God.
As it should.
Floof midscore, small in our comments said, so he calls you a liar and a cheater, demands proof that you aren't, throws a fit when it turns out you were right, and responds to every inconvenience with needing space. I'm all for taking space, but he literally let you take care of a newborn while you're healing, and his family was more prepared to demean and insult you than to even consider the possibility of a misunderstanding during an extremely emotional and vulnerable time. I sincerely ask, why stay? And so first, am I the asshole of the new year? We're calling for divorce, I think.
Yeah.
I think strongly.
Damn, this is starting out on a high note. My goodness.
1 for 1. It's crazy.
Yes.
But I mean, let's see how many divorces or breakups we can call for this episode.
We 100% support divorce thus far into the new year.
Yeah. Plus or minus 2.5 on calling for divorce or breakup in this episode.
I'm getting the itch. Don't do that.
He just got back from Vegas, Josh.
True, you did. All right, boys. Next one here, cross-posted by, I believe, a new Wikimaniac.
Whoa.
Karina Power.
What a great name, by the way. Arena Power. Great professional wrestling name. Or D&D
Did you say
name.
Arena? Karina.
Arena?
Irina Power?
Karina.
Karina.
Oh, Karina Power.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Still
still
cool.
a pretty good wrestling
pretty
name,
cool.
yeah.
Yeah. I just had to correct you so that they got their,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
just dues,
Yeah, let us know if you actually listen, Karina Power.
That's true. I'll let Sean pronounce your name however he wants if you don't listen.
Until further notice.
So I think John will enjoy this title. Am I the asshole for asking my boyfriend to shave his asshole?
Ooh.
And Sean, you are up first.
I would say no. I'm going to say it's probably either one. I mean, it all just comes down to personal hygiene. If he's getting a lot of dinkleberries and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's probably a good reason to shave the asshole. Or two, if she's, if you're asking her to eat your ass or finger your asshole, you should clean it. You know what I mean? That's
on the first episode back.
Oh my God.
I mean, why? Those are the only two reasons I could imagine this request. Is one, dingleberries, or two, that's an area she wants to frequent, and it's currently inhabitable.
I think even if you're frequenting the front side, you could potentially, there's potential for that to also be a hygiene thing. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Because it's all swinging down there together. So
It's all
John,
collecting musk.
Exactly.
I'm kind of torn here because I'm trying to remember past stories that we covered. We had one story, I think Josh, you did one, what am I the asshole, about a guy requesting his girlfriend to shave her armpits, right? And
Yes.
And we deemed that guy was the asshole for requesting that. And then we also had a Wikimaniac who had a personal story about them dating someone who was really disgusting, and he pretty much wiped his doo-doo on the towel.
Yes,
right?
I knew this story would come up when I picked this one.
So past probably stories we've had, typically the dudes are kind of disgusting hygiene wise. So I'm gonna stick with Sean over here as well and say not the asshole, but a stinky asshole at that.
The stinky asshole.
Yes.
All right, so let's hop into the story. Today, I was on the phone with my boyfriend, and we were talking about personal hygiene, and I mentioned that he didn't even use deodorant before we got together. He defended himself and said that boys don't use deodorant. Incorrect.
I mean, I don't, but I know a lot of people that do.
Yeah, I need to.
I need to.
Yeah.
I sweat profusely.
Hell
I have that
John. You
Asian
and me in the
gene.
same boat.
Yes.
The conversation went on, and I confessed that at the start of the relationship, he stank of BO. So I convinced him to use deodorant. He sarcastically asked if there was anything else I didn't like about him, and I informed him that his ass stank, and that I could smell it when I was beside him in bed, and that when we are intimate, the smell makes me feel sick, and it makes me not want to touch him, and that if I do touch him, I can smell it on my hands afterwards, even when my hands aren't anywhere near my face, and the smell lingers on my hands afterwards.
Okay, wait. How does this last more than just the first time? You know what I mean? After the first time, are you not immediately like, I think that's the last time I'm ever with this person? Right?
For
'Cause
me,
for me
yeah.
at least, I would be like, this is just
Too
not
much.
a good sign. And we're adults. I'm not going to try and convince you to fucking start
To wipe
being
your
hygienic.
ass
Yeah.
and clean your ass. That is nasty.
Yeah. So what the fuck?
To the point that that shit lingers.
Yeah.
The fact that you could smell it when you're sitting next to just sitting next to
disgusting.
them, you smell ass?
Yeah.
Why would you ever continue to be around that person? Immediately, if somebody smelled like ass, I'd be like, I think you're out of I can't be around you, actually.
Yeah. Yeah. Just a side note to this whole story. If you go and actually read the story, there are very few periods. This is terrible punctuation. And a lot of that was all one sentence. So
Insane.
I added periods where I thought they should be, but I apologize if I go on for long runs because that's how it was.
Maybe this is a trauma response that she has to get all the sentences out because
Maybe.
she doesn't want to risk swiffing like that
Doesn't wanna
ass. You know what I'm
intake.
saying? Yeah.
Goodness
The
gracious.
fumes that she has been smelling.
Yeah, could be that. All right. So he defended himself by saying he showers every day. And I said that he is very hairy down there and he plays sports and is a big guy and is constantly sweating and that he uses the bathroom multiple times a day and that the bacteria and remnants of poop are probably making it smell extremely bad and that shaving was probably the solution. He said men don't shave their ass, and I retorted by saying, no, smelly men don't shave their ass.
I mean, that's a good point.
I mean, you could wax. You could wax.
You could wax.
For sure
You could
wax.
also invest in a bidet.
I was
Hopefully
gonna
we get
say.
sponsored.
Yeah,
My
hopefully.
goodness. Fucking love my bidet, man. Like I'd be using that shit all the time.
Yeah, but don't buy one until we're sponsored by them.
Yeah, don't, guys.
Not yet.
Unless you have a smelly ass, then please buy one. We will.
Please use
We'll
it.
take the hit on that one. He went quiet and won't speak to me and said he needs time to cool off.
Hopefully in a shower.
I'd like to add that I'm very prone to urinary tract infections and have been since I was a kid, and they spread to my kidneys very fast
I was gonna
and are hard to
say.
get rid of and are are often reoccurring.
Why would you be with someone that's dirty if you're prone to that? You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, just in general, but yes, also this is just another reason to.
Yeah, I mean,
not
like on
be-
top of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The last couple of years, I've been getting them a lot less frequently, but since I've gotten with my boyfriend, they have come back full force, and I am in pain constantly. And I think the
Jesus.
cause of their reappearance is his poor hygiene.
Man, is this guy really worth it? Like, I feel like.
Are we going 2 for 2? Divorce and breakup?
and
told ya.
break? Yeah, because like I'll let you finish.
Yeah, one more sentence, if you can call them that. So I brought this up to him before, but this time I was a lot more harsh, and some of what I said has hurt his feelings. So am I the asshole?
No.
I hate to recycle jokes, but there's definitely no shaving this relationship at all. Like it's I'm sorry. There's no compatibility here whatsoever. One obviously doesn't care about their hygiene as much, and one, has health issues pertaining to that hygiene. I don't think you guys are compatible, both in the smell scale and like the cleanliness scale.
Yes.
I hate to go 2 for 2, but dump this guy.
Yeah, I don't see a world where it could be worth it. You know what I mean?
No.
Because especially if you've complained more than once about this, and and you've brought up like your sickness, but like it's probably not a random correlation that my UTIs have gone up since dating your dirty ass. You know what I mean? So it's like that
Literally.
should be like that has to be a wake up call. And if it's not, and he's still getting pissy about it, then that's not the one. Also, yeah, like second time you see him and he smells like shit, that's got to be the line. Be like, okay,
that's over.
It wasn't just a bad day. This man just smells of shit. And then going forward, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the pool like. I don't know if everyone's smelling like shit out there, but I doubt it. I'm sure there's a lot of fresh smelling men ready and willing to date you.
I'm sure.
I would be in a shitty mood every day smelling that. My goodness.
Is that another one?
I'm gonna breeze past that one. But so
You Febrezed past it.
he did.
That's what he needs.
So what was I going to say? I was going to say something. Oh yeah, there was someone who asked in comments, and I apologize, I didn't write this one down, but they were basically like, "Why stay with this person?" And then someone commented, "Some people, the bar is like, oh, they're not abusive towards me." But for my rebuttal to that would be, if you have brought it up multiple times, it is a health issue for you, and he's still not doing anything about it. That is abuse to me. Him not listening to you and putting your life in danger, or at least like putting your health at risk. Just because he won't shave or do something where he's more hygienic down there. So for me, I think it is abuse, but that's, my personal feelings on that.
Yeah. You gotta be with someone that raises the soap bar, don't be with someone like,
God damn.
All right, next, let's do an ad break. Let's do a goddamn ad break, actually.
Let me give you the results first, and then we'll quickly move on. So Reddit said, not the asshole. And Crazy Mofo 1104 said, not the asshole. My wife will straight up tell me, do not grace this bed until you graced your body with the soap first. And I think that is an excellent way, at least, because it sounds like he does a lot of exercise. Shower before you get into the bed, because that is a bare minimum, at least, for people who work out.
Especially if you like have a girlfriend that's always yelling at you. Probably just shower after every workout, shower in the morning, shower at night. Also, when you shower, are you getting in there? You know what I mean?
are you actually getting in there? Exactly.
You got to get in there a little bit. Yeah, you got to spread the cheeks.
Yeah.
You really get in there, buddy.
All right. Well, before Sean loses his mind, we're going to hit an ad break, and then we'll be right back with some more stories. So stay tuned.
He likes this.
And we're back.
I do not, in fact, like this.
This is abuse, John.
Oh, God, no.
You are the asshole.
You see why I made that deep fake for you, Sean? It's out
I gotta
of love.
say, waking up and seeing that first thing in the morning is so haunting.
Yeah.
Like, what have I done?
Exactly what Nancy said, actually.
Yeah, both of us saw it and we're like, oh. Dear
If you don't know what we're talking about, go follow us on Instagram, Reddit on Wiki.
Yes.
John is making some great meme content on there, so go check it out.
Oh, yes.
All right, boys. Tied going into story number 3, cross posted by Cole CCJ88, I believe another new Wikimaniac.
Whoa.
And the title is, Am I the asshole for expecting my adult daughter to pay back what she owes me?
I have a feeling it's one of those parent that like quantifies everything with the kid growing up. Like, oh, I sent you to fucking camp, or I sent you to do all these different extracurricular activities. Now that you make money as an adult, you owe me, blah, blah, blah. So I gotta say, which is insane. So yeah. I gotta say, yeah. If you're a parent and you raise your kid, you shouldn't expect anything back from them, unless they're like actual grown ass adults, like in their big age of 40 or something, and they'll be taking advantage of you. But I feel like it's one of those situations where they want money back from like when they were living under your roof type of situation.
Gotcha. What are you saying, Sean?
Yeah, I'm going to say asshole. I think, as a parent, if they do pay you back for anything, that's nice. But also, yeah, you shouldn't expect it.
Let's hop into it. My 48 male daughter, 21 female, Aria, abandoned us, and in brackets, her stepmother, younger half-sister, and me when she was 15 to go live with my enabling ex-wife, Sandra, and her husband.
Feels good to be right off the bat.
Great
You know what I
start.
mean? Right off the bat, it feels like we're right.
The Browns are strong in this episode.
Killing it. Until then, we had 50-50 custody, but Sandra has always been a less strict parent than me. She always let Aria do what she wants and has never had any home rules. She also buys Aria everything she wants, so she will want to live with her. Or she's just being a good parent,
That could be the case. That sounds like it's the case in this point.
Yeah.
In this point of the story already.
Yeah, I guess buying everything is not always a good thing, but I feel he's hyperbolizing based on
I feel like
everything
the
we've read
wants,
so far.
the wants are probably more like needs.
Yeah.
Like
I want
food.
a backpack for school,
Yeah, things like that. New
That's
clothes
insane.
for school.
Sandra lives in the same town where Aria's high school was, while I live 25 minutes away. So one of my rules was that if she wants to meet up with a friend there, and in brackets, which meant I had to drive her, the next time they met, it was her friend's turn to come here. If the friend's parent didn't want to drive the kid here, then Aria wasn't allowed to meet them again while she was with me. Everything was fine that way for years. So that's crazy. He's like, that friend never comes. You can just not see them.
That's so weird.
Also, 25 minutes is not that crazy. It's not that far.
No.
When I was driving the boys around in Houston, I'm like, yeah, everything is 30 minutes away from everything.
Yeah.
Houston. So like,
Until it wasn't.
Until it
very
wasn't.
random.
Yeah, he sounds very authoritarian already off the bat. So I could see why Arya doesn't want to live with his ass
Yeah.
to begin with.
The major fallout happened in her last year of high school. She was 15. She went on a trip to another country with her school and didn't bother to send more than a couple texts when she was away for 5 days. So I decided to ground her because she has to learn respect and show some love to her family. She insisted she sent messages to her mother, but we had barely heard from her. So she was texting back to say,
The
hey.
mom.
Yeah.
So she was communicating with a parent.
Yeah.
The preferred one.
Also, 5 days away in another country, you're probably doing a lot of things on a school trip. You're not just texting all the time. You know what I mean?
also
So-
she's
Roaming
is-
fees are
she's
expensive.
15 right
Yeah.
now.
15, yeah.
Damn, she's smart as hell. She's senior in high school and she's 15.
Yeah, that also didn't make sense to me. Why is she, what school is 15 the end of high school? I don't know.
Like a STEM school, maybe?
Maybe.
She's advanced. She's
Yeah.
smart as hell, maybe.
Anyway, we'll move on. She'd never had a lot of friends, but she had been invited to some popular girl's birthday party. And after forgetting about her family, part of her punishment was that she couldn't go. I wonder why she doesn't have any friends.
I was going to say, because maybe you don't take her to
Yeah, because
drive to a
she's
friend's
not allowed to
house.
hang out with her friends after one time. So that's why she doesn't have any friends.
Yeah.
Exactly. She got upset and started calling her mother to come pick her up, but it was illegal to get her if it was my week. Plus, she wanted to go to her mother's because she would lift the punishment and let her go to the party. Her mother came by the end of the week and told Arya that she didn't have to come back if she didn't want to. I waited, but I haven't heard anything from her since. Her sister kept asking me why she didn't come back, and I didn't know how to explain to her that she didn't love us and she preferred to staying with her mother. Her parties.
She didn't like you, fool.
And that she preferred staying with her mother, her parties, and her free of rules life.
She's a teenager.
Also, the rule was stupid. It was like, oh, she texted me a
Yeah.
couple times in 5 days, but kept in contact with her mother. Okay, that's a pretty good teenager. I don't know what you're talking about.
Again, this is
John
from a
famously-
teenager.
Yeah.
Never went home for days at a time.
I can only imagine what this father would think of you, John.
Oh, we would fight.
Satan.
Square up.
Over the years, we communicated through lawyers because Sandra has zero intention of helping me get my daughter back. In brackets, she finally has her to herself. They've been demanding that I pay child support, even now that she's 21 years old. I have to pay for that and for half of college expenses by law. When Arya turned 18, an adult, I started adding everything up I had to pay in Excel sheet, and I sent that to Sandra when I updated it so she knows what damage she is doing to her daughter. I asked Arya to pay her debt, but I gave Sandra the option to pay for her, which she refused. We are now at 18K. So he's just...
Wait, this motherfucker.
Time out. Hold on. So the court ordered him to pay beyond 18. That's what I'm hearing, right?
Correct. But also, I don't know if that's true. It sounds like just college from what I'm... Maybe court ordered for also that. I have no idea, to be honest.
Let's just say it was, because I feel like that's what I heard.
Sure, yeah.
If it was a court ordered for him to pay, you can't ask for your money back, you dumbass.
It's like a loan, right? You loan your kids
What
all the money
fuck?
you've ever used on them. Absolutely crazy. Arya has been trying to get in touch again, and I told her that we can't fix the emotional part unless we fix the money part first. She needs to prove to me that she doesn't only care about the money. Sandra says I'm an asshole, but I think she is, since she has done nothing but try to take my daughter away, and she finally has what she wants. So am I the asshole?
Yes.
Yeah.
You push your daughter away.
Yeah, this guy fucking sucks. Like, look, you took away friends from her. You took away, an important party during her senior year of high school. Probably last time a lot of people see their high school friends
Over nothing.
away from her. Over nothing.
Yeah.
She followed
Over
the rules. She was
ego.
in contact with a parent. In fact, you could have just asked Sandra, I think is her name.
Yes.
Yeah, you could have just asked Sandra.
But
like,
you don't
"Hey,
want anything to do with your bitch ass because you're annoying.
have you heard from Arya? Okay, cool. You have? Okay, fine. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
there's like John said, he pushed her away. You should be so lucky that Arya wants to reconnect on the emotional side at all, because I wouldn't. And then I would just straight up laugh in your face if you tried to be like, yeah, and this is what you're paying me back. I'd be like, in what world? In what world do you think I'm paying you $18,000 that you didn't even pay out of the goodness of your heart? Those are court mandated dollars.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you think you're gonna get a fucking cent out of me is insane.
And to prioritize the bag over a relationship, it's retirement home, dad. You're not. I'm not gonna take care
Yeah,
of your
he
ass
was
the
Yeah.
like,
rest of your
we got to
life.
make sure it's not just about the money. So let me make it just about the
You're
money.
making it about the money, you dumbass.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. Obviously, Reddit deemed asshole for every reason you guys said. In our comments, Ceticy438 said, good Lord, he got upset because she only texted him a few times when she was away. Took that as proof that she didn't love her family and grounded her. What the fuck? A couple of texts over 5 days is plenty. She was on a school trip and probably busy and having fun. The money thing is ridiculous. Nobody should try and charge their kids for expenses that are normal to child raising. What is really concerning is that he doesn't know what a jerk he is. The lack of self-awareness is breathtaking.
Oh yeah.
Man, yeah, he is. He's not going to have a good relationship with his daughter into her adult years.
No wonder his wife divorced his ass. So
Yeah.
that's technically 4 for 4. How many stories did we do yet so far?
Three. Yeah, this third one.
3. So there's still another divorce.
But
part
we
in
didn't
this.
ask for that divorce. We didn't make
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
But if we could go back in time, we will say divorce this motherfucker.
It's a wonder why they got divorced.
Yes.
To be honest. Anyway, you guys nailed that one correct again. 3 for 3 on the day. And the next one is cross-posted by Savantology. I think it's been a while.
It's been a while.
But
It's
they...
been a while since I could.
Ooh.
Sorry.
Oh, I was going to wait and see how long he'd go.
That might be the only lyric I know from that song.
Fair. That's fair. Title for this one is, am I the asshole for telling my friend I am not interested in being her son's father figure after she rejected me? I love the faces you guys are making.
This
I
one
might-
is hard. This one is hard.
Normally I added up the silent bits. I might have to leave that one in.
Oof. I mean, fair to not be the father figure to someone that, you're not dating.
I rejected you?
Yeah. But also crazy to say out loud. Crazy to bring that up and say out loud. So I gotta say asshole.
That's so
I gotta
funny.
say asshole. This is just something that you slowly get away from. It's not something be like, you think I'm gonna be her fucking dad after you rejected me? Not something that should ever be said. You know what I mean? Just fucking slowly cut yourself away from that.
Yeah, I gotta agree with Sean here. It's not one of those say it out loud type situation. This calls for like a Nick Miller moonwalk back to your room type of dances. just like I don't want to be part of your shit. But yeah, I gotta agree with Sean here for solidarity purposes. And yeah, asshole.
So I have this family friend, Lily. I had a crush on her when we were in our early 20s. I asked her out on a date, but she rejected me, saying that she only sees me as a friend. That hurt a lot.
Friend zone.
It hurt even more when 2 weeks after my proposal, she started dating some other guy, in brackets her ex-husband. But I decided to move on. I did date other women, but I lost interest in them. I also lost touch with Lily. After 8 years, we meet again and reconnect. I decided to stay friends with her. She told me about her life. She divorced because her ex-husband cheated on her and then abandoned her and her son. I was sympathetic towards her. I decided to shoot my shot again, but she told me she is not interested in dating now. She wants to focus on her and her son.
I don't think you fully got over her.
That is the,
Yeah.
most nice guy sentence. I was sympathetic towards her, so I decided to shoot my shot when she was dead.
That's a crazy. There's so many. Yeah, that and then what John said. You're like, so I went over her. But I just kept breaking up with girls because they weren't her, actually. And then as soon as she's back in my life, I did not even wait a second before she finished her sad story about her cheating husband. Before I said, let me fill that hole. Let me be that.
Yeah.
Let me be the dad.
Hey, I just got cheated on. You want a boyfriend?
That's crazy. You want a boyfriend?
Crazy. Yeah. You know, I would never. I could never do that to you, Lily.
Jesus. Yeah, he is a nice guy. I could be reading this in Sean's nice guy voice if I could do it as well, but nuts. So that hurt a lot. Imagine being rejected by the same girl twice, but this time I decided to be mature and maintain friendship with her. Even if she decided to date another douche, it wouldn't bother me.
Oh, there it is. There it is. That's where it starts. Well, I mean, it started already, but it's starting to come out. I think we're right here, Sean.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, a few days ago, her son got into a fight with some kids. They were making fun of him because his dad left. He had some bruises, and according to Lily, he has been very moody. Then she asked me a question that pissed me off. She asked me to talk to her son.
Okay.
Yes, when we started bonding as friends, I also hung out with her son. She asked me, since I am a man and I probably went through bullying and an absentee father, maybe I can give her son some insight on how to cope with it. She says she understands her son's frustration and that his father abandoned him and the family. Maybe having someone like me who overcame the frustration and managed to deal with it will help him. I feel he did not get over that, but anyway, I told her no. I do not want responsibility of her child because I am not his father and we are not even dating. So asking me to have this responsibility is out of the question. I can tell that she was mad.
This could just be a friend. Like, that's a question that you could ask anybody.
100%.
A woman friend that had, lost their dad or had their dad abandoned. She would ask that female or that woman friend the same thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's just like, this is, again, you're taking an invitation that is not there.
Yes.
She's just asking you as a friend to do a normal friend thing. And then you're being like, well, I'm not going to be his dad. No one asked you. No one asked. No one wants you.
You jumped to be the conclusion.
Yeah, brother.
Yeah. I'm not going to pay for his college. Okay. That's not what I was asking.
I'm not taking him to soccer practice tomorrow.
I asked for you to talk to him about one specific thing.
That you have experience in very clearly. So,
and he also made it super clear that he connected with her, that she became her friend, and he hung out with her son. So of course she's gonna ask for like a friendly thing, and you just jump to conclusion that, oh damn, I'm gonna be the father that stepped up type of shit. Like, damn, I'm gonna be that guy. No, motherfucker, she's just asking you for a favor.
It gets crazier. Later that day, she texted me and said she didn't want me in her life, that she wasn't asking me to provide any child support. She wasn't asking me to take any responsibility. She only asked for my help because she thought I would help as a friend and that her son liked me. I shared this with some of my friends. Some of them called her a gold digger because she is a single mom.
How could she be a gold digger when she rejected your ass twice?
That's the main question.
Fuck?
Some of them told me I was rude and that I should have just talked to her son. So what is it? Am I the asshole?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Also, your friends are also delusional.
That's stupid.
What the fuck?
You know, do they understand what a gold digger is?
Into this?
Hey, can you talk to my son? What a gold digger. She's crazy.
Fucking gold.
What the fuck are you, a motivational speaker? For him to be like, you gotta talk to my son. You gotta pay for my services to do that, and you get it for free?
Yeah.
Bitch, she rejected you twice. That's all I can say at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I think you guys said most of it, like very incel-like behavior. Oh, you know, she rejected me. I quote unquote moved on, became friends with her later, heard her, you know, sad, quote unquote sad story, you know, and then I shot my shot right away. It's like, what are you doing? Dude, she wanted a friend. You were acting like a friend. She assumed you were a friend. Whereas you have these ulterior motives. A real friend would have stepped up and helped her son in that scenario.
Bam.
You know, romantic interests or not. So you're an asshole for that. And then for also being shitty to the kid. The kid is innocent in all this and is having a terrible time. And you're just like, no, I'm not going to help that kid
even liked you at some point.
Yeah, exactly. And then is going through a similar thing that apparently you have in your life and can offer valuable information. Although I don't know if I'd want this guy giving my son any information because he doesn't sound like a great role model. But even still, like
so what does your mom really like though? Like, what is she into? You know what I'm saying?
You get some
Intel. I thought you were talking to me because I have a black eye or something. No. Forget all that.
Tell your mom I did good on this conversation we had.
Hype me up to your mom.
Crazy. Reddit deemed asshole. And then Not the Homeland said, how is she a gold digger when she rejected his ass twice? LOL.
Thank you.
Exactly what John said. And Girls Like Status said, this is the most nice guy behavior I've ever heard. He is
Y'all
not her
nailed
friend.
that perfectly.
He is a guy who is willing to pretend to be your friend because he wants to have a romantic relationship and is willing to take second prize as a friend. What she is asking is reasonable friend ask. One that says he's uncomfortable with, as that is also reasonable, but he's basically thinking, well, if she won't fuck me, I'm not doing any of her favors. It sucks to be rejected, but if you can't truly be friends, it's time to walk away. So not break up, but pretty friend breakup. If you
friend
can call
zone
it that.
again.
Friend zoned again. Yeah.
But no, because then I wouldn't want to be friends with this person.
Yeah. So yeah, terrible guy, terrible friend, if you can call it that.
Terrible friends and terrible friends of his too.
Yes, those two. Yeah. Fuck them. They don't even know the definition of gold digger, which is the definition of gold digger is us as we hit this ad break. So we'll be right back.
Oh, I'm bricked up hearing that shit. Let's go.
All right. And we are back from gold digging our advertisers. Feels good. We are on to our last story of the day, unless you're a patron. And we are still under our 2.5 calling for a breakup. So let's see if the last one we call for it.
Ooh.
This one, cross-posted by Fox with a Poppy, and the title is, Am I the Asshole for Making a Small Joke About My Wife's Bisexuality?
Yeah, I gotta say yeah for this one.
Yeah, strong one.
It's probably one of those topics that is not to be joked about. And for them to take it seriously, it must have been a horrible, horrible joke.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Usually I try to come up with like a scenario for both sides. So I'm very interested because I cannot in my head come up with a scenario where this guy is not an asshole.
Nice. I stumped Sean's, what would you call it? Like scenario brain?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh my gosh, Ringo.
Oh, Ringo.
That's content.
It's I have a different shelf today. It's not quite as sturdy as the other one.
That was a nice jump, Ringo.
I don't know if she'll have room up there, but you guys can see Ringo's butt. All right, so you guys are both saying asshole. Let's hop into the story. Hey, everyone. I, 34 male, am married to Angela, 36 female. Angela is bisexual, and while I'm genuinely not bothered by it or anything, I do like to make jokes out of her sexuality every now and then. It's never malice, and she usually just laughs along. However, this past summer, I went on a tour of a U.S. naval base with Angela, our 5-year-old adopted daughter, and Angie's 29-year-old sister. We went down to the submarine, and our daughter was freaking out about how cool it was, and we were all having a good time. However, while we were using the ladder to get out of the sub, Angie's sister went right before Angie, and her sister was wearing a skirt that day, in brackets, with running shorts underneath, and my wife looked up and got a view of her own sister's skirt while we were making our way up the ladder. After we got out of the sub, I jokingly asked my wife, "Did you enjoy the view?"
Oh, boy. You're suggesting incest?
Yep.
Oh, you were an asshole. A fucking asshole.
My wife took a second to process the joke, and then she said, "Excuse me? What's that supposed to mean?" She forced me to explain the joke right there, right in front of our daughter, which I didn't really appreciate. But you could make the joke in front of her.
Maybe don't make the fucking joke, right?
Yeah,
Don't
to
make the
begin
fucking
with.
joke.
The aftermath of it is that after our Navy tour, Angie spent a few days at her parents' house because she was so upset about my joke. We did later reconcile, and although we are all living under one roof now, there's a bit of uneasy atmosphere these days. In any case, I've stopped making jokes about my wife's bisexuality. Edit. To add, my wife naturally has a sense of humor about her sexuality, and she subscribes to subs like r/bi_IRL and doesn't mind self-deprecating jokes. Also, I made that joke in front of my daughter because she wouldn't have understood it. That's why I didn't have a problem with making the joke in front of her, but I did resent having to explain it in front of her. Lastly, while my wife was upset about the joke I made, I was also upset at her for not being graceful and making a big deal out of it. She didn't need to pack her bags and spend a few nights at her parents' house. So am I the asshole?
Yes. They're called self-deprecating jokes because they make them about themselves. You don't have the fucking invite to be able to make fun of them, you fucking dumbass.
So here's what I'll say. I don't know. Like, you could have jokes with your wife about her bisexuality. This wasn't that even. This was an incest joke about her.
It was.
Checking out her sister. Disgusting. That has nothing to do with sexuality.
Gross.
That's just gross. So he's so dense. He doesn't even understand that the joke was not about her being bisexual, which again, depending on your relationship can be okay, but that's not for me to like, I would imagine this guy probably crosses the line many times, but like this is not that. This is not a joke about her bisexuality. It is an incestual joke, which is disgusting to imply that. So yeah, asshole for me. I'm saying.
I'm also not giving this guy the benefit of the doubt because had this been okay, so let's say he does joke around about like her sexuality, right? And she said sometimes she takes it, she just laughs about it. The fact that she blew up to begin with, one, it is a disgusting joke to begin with. But two, she probably just gave you those courtesies. Haha, that's so funny. You're making fun of my sexuality type of shit.
Could be that.
And this has just been it could just be, the straw that broke the camel's back with whatever the saying is. And you got to read the room, my guy. So if she does make a joke about herself about that's just how she copes with it. Yeah. You don't have an invitation to do it unless she asks you to joke around about it with her.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. To me, this guy is dense, like what you said, Josh.
This guy's a fucking idiot. Yeah. I mean, I agree with everything you guys are saying. Like, not once does it bring up the fact that it was an incest joke. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like everybody has their own sense of humor, but maybe not in front of like the kids. Maybe not in front of her sister, who you're suggesting they have an incestuous relationship. So like, it's just all around not good. So and the fact that you think she's still like overreacted and, you're the one that got mad because it was in front of the kid, even though you're the one that said it, like, you're just not self-aware at all. And, tough news. I don't know. I don't think this is divorce worthy though, to bring it back.
Could be, but yeah,
I don't know if it's worth that, but definitely maybe some kind of like, all right, well, let's define the lines here. Cause that's, not funny.
Yeah. Well, like therapy or like more communication for sure. And like, he needs to finally realize that, that was not a bisexuality joke. That was a incestual joke. Like, it'd be the same if, like someone said to him, like he was with his sister going to the Navy base and then happened to get a glance up and was like, oh, like, did you like the view of your sister's skirt? Like, that's the exact same thing. It's like, no, that's
It's
fucked
disgusting
up.
no
That's
matter
a
how much you
disgusting
put it,
joke. Yeah. So he needs to realize that. And he seems too fucking stupid to realize it on his own. So I don't know. I'm glad he stopped making jokes, it sounds like, for now. Hopefully that sticks around until he realizes that you can't, like, just don't make jokes inappropriately, especially in front of your daughter if you don't feel comfortable explaining the joke to her. So Reddit deemed asshole. And then all the comments were basically exactly what we said. So that is it. Wikimaniacs, thank you very much.
Man. Can you imagine somebody being like, I've served you sushi, but instead of fish, it's raw chicken. Like, this is crazy.
I mean, there's probably places, to be honest. I got salmonella from that place. I don't know what's
that's
up.
Crazy.
If you're wondering what we're talking about, go check out the Patreon at patreon.com/cultivate podcast network, where I stumped the boys, and then we had our first disagreement of the year. Dun dun dun. Wow. So if you want, if you're interested, not a fight, just a disagreement.
Food fight.
It was a food fight. So if you want to see that, get ad-free episodes and episodes a day early, as well as tons of bonus content, go to patreon.com/cultivate podcast network. And yeah, let us know what you thought. Were these people assholes? Down in the comments on YouTube, Discord, or on our subreddit. Don't forget, you can follow us on our subreddit, r/Reddit on Wiki. Submit your own stories there, and maybe you'll appear on the show. That is it, boys, for our first Am I the Asshole and real episode of 2023, 2024.
2024.
Shit. It's going to take me so long to get back to. Do you guys do that too, where you're like writing the date
time.
and
For 2
until
weeks.
like I was going to say till March, but sure, 2 weeks.
You're
Just
getting
writing.
married this year, Josh.
That's true.
You
Yeah,
better
that's true.
remember the year.
I'll remember it by September, but it'll take me a while. But thank you, Sean and John, for coming on and giving your takes. Thank you, Wikimaniacs, for another amazing episode. We'll see you on Monday. Bye.
Get therapy.
I'm hungry.
Get therapy.